Hello guys. Welcome to Top Anime Sensei. This video is the continuation video after the Proud Rimuru. So if you have not watched it, then please watch it. The link is in the description. And please check out my second channel Anime Sum Up for the amazing recaps of different anime. So without any further delay, let's start. But before we start, please like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates. It may be a different case if you learn by using skills like I do, but you've mastered this entirely through your talent and hard work. You should feel proud. Indeed, I have had all sorts of disciples in the past, yet I've never seen anyone rivaling the talent of this young girl. Your future is very promising. Hinata and Hakuro were both rigorous teachers, yet they were both praising Chloe. It sounded like she was extraordinarily talented, considering how young she was. There was no telling how much she would progress if training continued. On one hand, I was looking forward to it, but on the other hand, I couldn't help but feel a tinge of fear. Alright, back to the focus of today. Hinata seemed to have other goals during her visit here. The reason why I called you here is that I wanted to show you the progress the children have made. These children are all very adept, but they are still young. In order to prevent them from straying off the right path, I hope you will get to know about their current states. It went without saying that I had been keeping an eye on the matter as well. Nevertheless, I decided to heed her advice. Hinata was treating these children, who were previously tended to by Shizu-san, as her siblings. I understand, Hakuro will take care of them too. Plus there are a lot of seniors who can help them in this town as well. I will do the same, so that they won't go down the wrong paths in life. Hee, I knew you'd say so. I brought up what I said just in case. This girl really worries too much. Hinata really did have a gentle side despite her usual, frigid demeanor. Well then, what were your other reasons? I asked Hinata while peeking at the children who were in a group fight against Hakuro. Well actually, the main reason why. Hinata paused upon saying so, and turned her eyes to the children. Even though this was Hakuro, taking on all 5 of the children at once was still tricky. Although he could see through the children's intentions, if he had reacted just a tad bit slower, he would have sustained a fatal injury. If just considering their constitutions, the children completely outmatched Hakuro. Naturally, he could not be careless. By the way, Kumara did not participate. Had she joined and fought seriously, they would have won against Hakuro with sheer numbers. Nonetheless, the team had Chloe right now, so the children had the upper hand. I thought they had wonderful team composition. It was as if they were putting on a martial arts performance. It honestly was captivating. She's so young yet so strong, Hinata muttered. While Kenya, Ryota, Gale and Alice were also very strong, Chloe was abnormally powerful. If she were absent, Hakuro could have ended the battle already rather than being in knee-deep mud right now. And soon, the simulated battle ended. The children were all catching up with their breaths, as Hakuro began doling out advice. It was no wonder why the children had all grown so fast, if the training was this harsh every time. Hinata returned her attention to me and got back on topic. I got mesmerized by their fight halfway through our conversation. Have you scheduled the music exchange that Lumina-sama has been pestering for yet? I knew she'd be interested, but by the look of things, she seemed to really enjoy it. That's why I came to bring the matter to you. How surprising, but I had been swamped with work, so I was planning to postpone it. Oh, I guess Luminas genuinely liked our concert. I told the band to continue to practice, and as a result, the number of pieces they can perform has also increased. Your memory in that area is really amazing. I can't even read music notes, and writing scores from memory was obviously impossible. Ah, so there were things that even Hinata wasn't good at. She hadn't been all that interested in the concert either. She was probably terrible with music. I enjoyed a momentary internal feeling of superiority. With that being said, I had to rely on Raphael-san too. Then, please anticipate our visit soon. Very well. Moving a whole band is a huge project, so allow us to send our holy knights as escorts. We will use elemental magic, warp portal to send them in groups. Wonderful. Since there's going to be a lot of luggage with so many people, I figured that going there by horse-drawn carriages would be a hassle. I recalled that Lubelius was protected by a barrier, meaning we couldn't just teleport there. This was why we needed a more comfortable method of transportation. The problem would be resolved when the train was complete. But that would be a long time away from now. You couldn't ask for things that didn't exist yet. Transporting the whole band wasn't only about moving the performers themselves. Each player had to carry their own instrument for the performance, which was quite cumbersome. If we were to travel by horse-drawn carriages, we might be forced to go down some unfinished roads as well. Riding on roads that were in poor condition could damage the instruments, and we wanted to avoid that type of situation. I was super envious of the dragon ship owned by the Empress of Sarian. Traveling by train might be fun, but in order to reduce the travel time, aircraft were obviously more convenient in that regard. You could navigate by sea or land for logistical transportation, but for sightseeing or other purposes, air was the fastest and comfiest method. This was the reason why Hinata's proposal was very beneficial to us. I promised that I would help too, and so we worked out the detailed matters regarding the travel plans. As I was halfway through my discussion with Hinata, the children, who were on break, gathered together. Rimuru-sensei, where are you going with Hinata Oni-chan? Since Chloe had inquired, I explained the music exchange that would be held at Lubelius to everyone. I want to go too. Me too. I might fall asleep during it, but since Chloe and Alice are going, I'll go too. Yeah, me too. In that case, I'm going as well. The fact that these guys are coming and the possibility of them causing problems is what worries me. Because of Chloe's words, Kenya and the others began clamoring about wanting to go to Lubelius. What should I do? It was good to let them see more of the world as a form of social experience, but if you were to ask me whether there might be danger or not, I couldn't confidently rule that out. Raising her head to look at my troubled expression, Kumara opened her mouth and timidly said, I wish to go too. Kumara's presence was needed as the guardian of the 90th floor. The way she spoke indicated her regret. It appeared that her senses were telling her not to beseech such a request from me, but as a child, she naturally yearned to go on a trip with her friends. It went against my way of doing things, if I were to turn her down. You don't have to be so courteous. If it's only a tiny selfish request, ask and I may just approve it. It was gonna be a headache if she were to grow up to become as stubborn as Milam. But that was better than losing her innocence as a child. Based on these considerations, I told her my thoughts while patting Kumara's head. Similar to her small fox form, it feels smooth and fluffy. Her warmth seems to have nothing to do with her human or monster form. Kumara had gone through transforming into a humanoid being. What happened above was purely sensible imagination conducted by yours truly, Rimuru. Awesome. Now we can officially travel and skip school. But you always looked happy at school, Ken-chan. Did you really want to skip classes? Idiot. Attending classes is fun. But if we get to play while everyone else has to study, how should I say this, it makes us really special. Kenya. I understand what you mean, but I don't want to get corrupted by your mindset. On the other hand, I feel very excited too. Right. That's exactly it. The children were all fired up about going before I had even given them permission. They even went on to declare something about skipping school. It wasn't like I didn't understand their feelings, and although I could sympathize, I would never put such a thought into action. Right, it won't matter. Instead, please have the teachers assign them more homework. How can you do this, sensei? I ignored Kenya's cries. Everything doesn't always go your way, and many things in life were ultimately unfair. I intended for them to learn about this point while they were still young. This was a demonstration of my fatherly love, and they would surely grow stronger from the experience. This was definitely not me picking on or punishing them. Hopefully, the children would come to understand my justification behind it. I just want to be with sensei. Chloe, who started the whole thing, seemed rather satisfied. Alright, I suppose it's fine as long as they make some good memories together. Your heart goes soft so easily. Could it be that Hinata-san is against the idea? I signaled with my eyes, you are so cold to Hinata. Tisk. Hinata clicked her tongue. I never said that, she answered with irritation. But she didn't appear to object. Then we are all good to go. And so, the plan was settled. We would be attending the music exchange in Lubelius. The day that we sent out our band, the children would tag along as well. And then, we arrived at the Holy Empire of Lubelius. On our tour through the city's streets, the children were overcome with curiosity, as they took in all the sights with wonder. Diablo was by my side, acting as my secretary. Xian was here as well. Since I had let her guard our town last time, I decided to bring her. Instead, Veldora would be keeping guard. You have an important task as the master of the labyrinth, I convinced him with this line. That was why he didn't follow us during this expedition. It might have been a different case if we were heading to another country, but but it was simply too dangerous to let Veldora meet with Luminos. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys have not watched my other videos, then please watch them. The links are in the description. And don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates.